Apollo 11, this is the launch operations manager. The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed.
July 20th, 1969. Over 600 million people watched as Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon. But for decades, a question has haunted the world. Was it real, or the greatest hoax in history? This isn't just a story about space. It's a story about trust, technology, war, and the power of belief. Let's dive into the strange and fascinating world of moon landing conspiracies and find out what's really going on. It all started with a book. In 1974, We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion swindle hit the shelves, and the conspiracy was born. Author Bill Kaysing, a former technical writer, not a scientist, claimed that NASA didn't have the technology to go to the moon, and that the whole thing was filmed on a soundstage. And people bought it. Think about it, this was the Cold War. The US was desperate to beat the Soviets. Why risk failure when you could fake success? Let's break down the most popular claims that skeptics make. No stars in the sky. Moon landing photos show a black sky with no stars. Conspiracists ask, where are the stars? But the truth? The moon's surface is so bright from sunlight, the camera settings weren't sensitive enough to capture the stars. Just like taking a photo of a city at noon, you won't see the stars either. The flag waves. They say the flag was flapping, but there's no wind on the moon. But wait, NASA planted a rod along the top of the flag to keep it horizontal. The movement that came from the astronauts twisting the pole into the ground. Photos show strange, inconsistent shadows. Skeptics say this means multiple light sources, like studio lights. But actually, uneven lunar terrain can warp shadows in weird ways. You can try this on Earth. It's all about the angle. How did astronauts take such clear pictures in bulky suits? Well, most weren't handheld. The cameras were mounted on their chests and pre-focused. Also, they took thousands of photos. Only the best ones were shown to the public. Let's be real, it's not just about flags and stars. Conspiracy theories thrive when people don't trust institutions. In the 70s, trust in the US government hit a low. Watergate, Vietnam, CIA cover-ups. People were ready to believe anything. And then there's Hollywood. Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey looked so real in 1968, some think he filmed the moon landing. Even The Simpsons joked about it. And let's not forget, the moon footage was grainy, the technology was primitive by today's standards, and NASA lost the original tapes in the early 2000s. Wait, what? Yes. NASA admitted that they recorded over the original moon tapes during data shortages. Let's talk physics. One of the most compelling proofs of the landing comes from moon dust. When the astronauts walked on the surface, the dust kicked up behaved exactly as it should in a vacuum, arcing perfectly with no dust clouds. Try faking that in 1969. And the lander left behind retroreflectors, mirrors that scientists still use to bounce lasers off the moon. Unless Kubrick also launched mirrors 238,000 miles into space, that's hard to fake. Oh, and the Soviets, NASA's rival, were tracking everything. If the US had faked it, the Soviets would have exposed it instantly. Moon hoax theories persist because they're exciting. They turn history into a mystery. And in the age of social media, shocking lies spread faster than boring truths. But here's the kicker. Believing the moon landing was fake ignores the incredible achievements of thousands of scientists, engineers, and astronauts who risked their lives for that mission. Sometimes, the truth is just more amazing than the conspiracy. So, was the moon landing real? All signs point to yes. But the real question is, why are we so quick to doubt what we don't understand? The moon landing wasn't just about getting there first. It was about what humans can accomplish when we reach beyond the impossible. That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind.